Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is English Critiques. I'm one of the commentators for SNT, and I'm here to give you the full rundown of the card for our next pay-per-view, SNT Overdrive. We've got 10 huge matches lined up for you. Let's start things off with one of the matches that was announced this past week on SNT, and it is a 6-man tag team elimination match between Jay Ross, the 8-Bit Misfit, the Premier Champion Dawn Winters, against the team known as Vengeance. Vengeance being comprised of Alex Nova, Alexander Sky, and Jason Taylor. After making their debut interfering in a match between Jay Ross and Dawn Winters, Vengeance have been going after everyone that's ever done them wrong, in particular Burt Shetman. This past episode of SNT, Alex Nova came down to the ring and demanded that they have a 3-on-3 match against Burt Shetman's picks. To prove how dominant they are, they want to take out the strongest people in SNT. And Burt Shetman responded with his Golden Boy, the 8-Bit Misfits, and the two men that interfered in the match, Dawn Winters and Jay Ross. And neither of those men have been pinned in SNT yet. Next up, we have the Women's Tag Team Championship match. That is between Killer Queens, which is Becca Steiner and Raven Starr, going after the titles of Royal Jubilee, comprised of Bella Wellington and Casey Taylor. It'll be an elimination tornado tag team match. The last team with at least one person standing will win and become the new SNT Women's Tag Team Champions. We're also going to be seeing one last match in the bitter rivalry between Ryan Ramirez and the self-proclaimed King of Wrestling, C.W. Hendricks. These two both debuted in a Fatal 4 match to determine a number one contender for Duke Wynn's world title. C.W. Hendricks won that match after making Ryan Ramirez tap out, and Ryan has been fuming ever since. They had a match at Summertime Blues, which Hendricks won. And there's a tag team match, which Ryan won, and now it is all coming to a head at Overdrive in a tables match. As Burt Shetman said, he's going to try and see if we can get a round table for that match. That might be a little bit harder to break, but we'll find out. I'm sure Hendricks would love to try and repeatedly attempt to put Ryan Ramirez through a solid oak round table. We also have the Men's Tag Team Championships on the line. The Tag Team Champions Twisted Metal, which is Gus Reeves and Sid Sterling, will be defending their titles in an Extreme Rules match against two members of Clean.exe, those being Jet and Anarchy. An Extreme Rules match, anything goes. No disqualifications, no countouts. All four men will be in the ring at the same time. It's a tornado tag match, I should say. I want to point out that this is not an elimination tornado tag match. If one member of one team gets pinned, they lose. One of the biggest points of this match is seeing Insidious, Sterling, and Jet go at it with no rules. They've both shown that they are basically insane, and it's going to be a lot of fun seeing those two guys duke it out and go at it. Next on the docket is Noah Morgan versus Shane Morgan. Two of the three Morgan brothers in SNT. They've been having a bit of a feud on Twitter, and Noah was the non-stop champion for the longest time, the longest reigning non-stop champion in the history of SNT, before dropping the title when his brother Jude Morgan showed up. That title does not have a champion right now. We'll get to that in a minute. And Shane came out in the last episode of SNT calling out Noah for attacking his younger brother, and he's challenged on that will be a last man standing match to determine who is the superior Morgan brother. And continuing on with the saga of the Morgan brothers, after Noah relinquished his title, Burt Shetman announced that there will be a 6-man over-the-top rope battle royal to determine the new non-stop champion. And being an open challenge, we don't know everyone that's going to be in it, but we do know two people that are going to be in it. It has been confirmed by Mr. Shetman that Jude Morgan will have a spot in that match. He came out the final man of the 5-man gauntlet match in the last episode, or the last non-stop title defense, and he has earned his spot. He will be in there. And also,
I am the greatest.
the greatest of all time, Randy Wilson, will be joining into that match. He'll be coming over from NGR, competing in the Non-Stop Championship. Will the Non-Stop Championship be going to NGR? Will Randy Wilson be staying on SNT? All depends if he wins it or not. Babe Watch versus The Fallen. On the last episode of SNT, the mouthpiece of Babe Watch, Brett Dawson, said some rather harsh things about The Fallen, including that birds aren't rad. A truly devastating insult, to say the least. Then The Fallen attacked before the match even got started, before the bell rang. The match never actually happened. So Burt Shetman has given these two a match. They will actually finally be competing at Overdrive. In their continuing rivalry, which started at NGR Second Surrender, Gunso and Raul Sanchez will have another match. Both of their previous matches ended in roll-ups, and this one will be a false count anywhere bout to determine which of these men can really cut the mustard. Cut the mustard? Who writes this stuff? The women's title will be on the line as Caitlin Rose defends her championship against Amanda Young in a TLC match. Tables, ladders, and chairs are all legal, and the title will be suspended 20 feet above the ring. Young has gone on record as saying that she is a big fan of Caitlin Rose and has been watching ever since she was in Japanese hardcore wrestling. So this could be an interesting dichotomy, the fan versus the champion. Amanda Young has said that she's probably going to get a concussion, but it's going to be worth it to face her idol. And finally, the main event, a triple threat, no disqualification elimination match for the SNT World Championship. The World Champion Duke Quinn will put his title on the line against clean.exe member Orion and the Maverick Cal Valen. After Cal Valen became the second man in history to pin Tyrannosaurus, he got himself into this match, but Clean decided to step things up a bit and try and make it a triple threat match, and they succeeded in that after beating Duke Quinn and Cal Valen in a tag match. Cal's anger got a hold of him and he verbally ripped Duke Quinn to shreds before impaling his face first into the mat. Burt Chetman tried to get CJ Carter into the match instead of Cal, but Valen was having no part of it, resorting to dirty tactics and a low blow and a brand new finishing maneuver he was calling the F14. He retained his spot in the match, and it will still be Duke Quinn, Orion, and Cal Valen at Overdrive. SNT Overdrive is on October 21st at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Make sure to check it out. This will be our final pay-per-view in WWE 2K17. We'll be taking a short break as we prepare to swap things over to 2K18. We'll have more information about that once the game is released. And we'll also be having more information about how to submit your characters to Saturday Night Thunder. Thank you very much for watching. For everyone here at SNT and WCW, I'm Angus Critiques, and we'll see you at Overdrive.